Primetime game. That's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is our live free sports mix for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. Deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Play. So let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, with us is Kirk Stuart with us. It's David Racey, Rod Zawacky, Tron, and Jovan Burts. And here's how they'll line up for this evening. Racey, Burts, Stewart, Tron, Zawacky, and then I will close this one out. Baseball on the board. Just a handful of games here. We have a few underway already as we speak. We got that big one, that big Game 7 here from the NHL. We have a couple on the board from WNBA as well. So let's get the show underway. Let's go ahead and welcome in David Racey. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Prim. We have coverage here from Major League Baseball. We'll bring in David here in just a second. He's putting up great numbers over at Pick Dogs Prim. We'll talk about that as well at the end of the segment. Let's bring him in here in just a second. David, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. I'm not used to seeing my Tigers offense come to life like they did the last 3 days over the weekend. They scored more runs in that series than I feel like they did all season. It was good to see.
Serious contenders. I mean, you've got those young starting pitchers. That bullpen has been phenomenal. So I'd have to say so far so good in almost the first 2 months of the season.
Yeah, I'd like to see a little more consistent hitting. I just think, they just didn't add enough in the offseason. For the pitching that they have, it's hard to see you have a top 10 pitching staff and then like a bottom 5 offense. It's tough to watch because a lot of low-scoring games and a lot of games you could be in if your offense was just average. So it's good to see the offense wake up. We'll see if they can keep it going in Kansas City this week or not.
Yeah, this is a series there in the Central. But we'll look at this interleague series here as the Orioles are on the road against the Cardinals here. The Cardinals favored here, $1.21, total of 8.
Yeah, this is an interesting series because St. Louis comes in just 20-26 on the year, but they have played better recently, winning 5 of their last 7 games. They've won 2 straight series. I know they were against the Red Sox and the Angels, so not exactly powerhouses, but definitely something to give them some momentum. On the other side, Baltimore's 29-15. They're second in the AL East behind the Yankees, just by a game or 2. They've won 10 of their last 14, and they're 12-5 on the road. And you know what? I can't pass up this Baltimore team on the road at this price at all, period. This Orioles team is one of the best in baseball. They're top 5 in team ERA. They're 8th in runs scored. And I just think Baltimore's the play here tonight. They're going with Dean Kramer. He's been pretty solid this year. He's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 3 of his last 4 outings. St. Louis, they've struggled with their team ERA. They're 24th in team ERA, and they're even worse offensively, just 28th in runs scored. The Cardinals are going with Sonny Gray, who's had a great start to the season, but his last 2 outings have been a bit disastrous. He's allowed 11 earned runs and 15 hits in his last 2 outings. So I think Baltimore is the play here. I know, it's kind of a public play, but I think the Orioles in that lineup get it done, and I think they get to Gray for a 3rd consecutive poor outing.
All right, we got David here coming in here on the Orioles here. Now we're seeing some plus on them in this spot here against the Cardinals, maybe because the Cardinals have shown a little bit of life here at the plate of late here. We'll see if that can continue. It's been a really struggle here for the Cardinals, especially at home, hitting the baseball.
Yeah, and you look at their lineup, and it should not be as bad as it is. But like I said, they're 28th in runs scored this season, just 20th in batting average. And you look at their lineup, I mean, they should be much better than they are. I mean, I know Goldschmidt and Arenado are coming up on the tail end of their careers, but you have some decent pieces there. They have won 5 of their last 7, so we'll see if they can keep it going. I just think it's a tough draw for anyone playing this Baltimore team. Baltimore has great pitching. They have a very good lineup. I think they'll make some serious noise here this season.
I think one of the key components here with the Orioles team is how well they played on the road. It's been a little better.
It's amazing. I mean, 12-5 on the road. I haven't looked to see where that ranks in baseball, but that has to be a top 3 or 4 record on the road. And it's rare to see that, but yeah, they've dominated on the road. I know they're coming off of a long homestand. I think it's 8 or 9 games at home. So I know that first game on the road is never easy. I think that also is contributing to that plus money price. But like I said, Sonny Gray, he's struggled in his last 2 outings, and those 2 starts really weren't against anyone special. And I think this Orioles lineup gives them some fits here tonight.
I think one of the interesting components of this season is looking at the starting rotation for the Cardinals and seeing that you've got slided in the rotation. Lance Lynn, Kyle Gibson, Steven Matz. Although Matz is hurt, but the fact that they're in the rotation is really puzzling. That their farm system's not producing starters.
It is, and if you look at least ESPN has their second starter listed as Miles Mikolas, and even he's been awful. I mean, you look at his ERA for the season, 5.77, a 1.4 WHIP. You go back to last season, 4.78 ERA, 1.32 WHIP. I mean, just as a second starter on a team, you should be getting way more production out of a guy like that. And the only one that's really, I mean, Gibson actually has had a decent start to this season, but yeah, that rotation's not going to win too many ball games, in my opinion. I mean, they were lucky with how Sonny started the season, but I mean, there was no way he could keep up that pace. He's still a very solid option, but he's going to have some regression.
Yeah, it looks that way, no doubt about that. All right, we got David coming in here in this one tonight with these Orioles here, getting the plus price now here, plus 112 in some places. This one tonight here at 7:45 Eastern Time. All right, David, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Prim for tonight's action. Of course, we do have some action here in Major League Baseball, probably about 9 or so games. We also have action here on the ice with that big Game 7. There is some WNBA also on the board. Of course, as we said, David enjoyed a great year in the NBA, 2,492 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dogs. So if you go to David's handicapper page, you'll be able to verify all those numbers there as you go down to Pick History. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, it's been a nice couple of weeks there for me over at Pick Dogs Premium. I've been on the leaderboard for over the last 7 days, over the last 30 days. So it's been a solid run for me. I look to keep it going here today. I actually cashed my first play of the day with the Blue Jays minus 1.5. They ran away from the White Sox earlier today. Tonight I have one play in that NHL Game 7, and then I have 2 other baseball plays. So 3 total. I have them packaged up in a 3-pack, or I have 2 of them sold individually. But whatever you do, head on over to Pick Dogs Premium. If you're looking for more value, the long-term pass is the way to go, or pair me up with one of these other excellent cappers on the show today.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with David Racey over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the great results here from the NBA. Also, last 30 days, all sports combined, over 2,000 units of profit. No better time now to get on board the long-term pass. That 7-day pass will get you all of David's premium plays up until Sunday. We're going to get into the second round of the NBA and NHL playoffs this week, all the baseball as well. Use that promo code PICK at checkout, and you will save that 15% off. Right, David, as always, great having your show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again next week, but we can always catch up with your work in written form over at the sites.
Yep, if you just head on over to Sports Chat Place or Pick Dogs, you click on the free pick tab, you click on whatever sports you're looking for, you can get a free pick in just about every single game. So this time of year, obviously the NBA and NHL playoffs, MLB, and the WNBA. So it's a great source of information and stats, and get a free pick out of it. So head on over to the sites and check it out.
That's right, guys. Get on over to Pick Dogs Sports Chat Place. And of course, you'll be able to find David Racey's written form right now. All right, David, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again next week, and I know you always contribute to those weekend shows.
Yeah, sounds good, Tony. I'll be on there one of the days this weekend.
You got it. David Racey here on the Drive To. Let's continue here on the show. Guys, make sure you like, subscribe. We have our weekend shows. Get notified for those wake-up calls to get those shows. Catch them, all the picks. All right, let's continue here on the Drive To. Now time for our chat pick of the day, and it's a Central game today, right? We're going to be looking at this one between the Royals and the Tigers. If you like the Tigers, plus 105 letter A. Royals, minus 115 is B. Over 8.5 C. Under 8.5 is D. It is our chat pick of the day, so keep these votes coming in. We'll tally them up, and we'll have the winner for you announced here at the end of the show. All right, let's continue here on the Drive Through as we're going to make our way here for our next handicapper. That's going to be Jovan Burts. You can catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Jovan in right now, producing some really good results here. I think we'll get him here in just a second. Baseball here from Jovan tonight. Let's see here, just 1 second. Jovan, what's happening? You're on mute there, Jovan.
What's going on, Tony? How are you?
Everything's going great. All right, here we go tonight. Major League Baseball features the Rays at home hosting the Red Sox. We've seen the Rays favorite $1.18. We've seen the total actually trickle down a bit now to 7 in some places.
Yeah, and I guess that's better for me because I'm on the over in this one. Now, we're going to start with the fact that these teams faced off against each other, last week, with the same pitcher matchup. Ended up being a 4-3 game. So when you have pitchers or starters facing the same team in consecutive starts, that second one is usually, higher scoring. It's usually a doozy just based on the fact that, the batting order. They saw him last game and they got a pretty good read on him from the first game. And those, facing them a second time, they have a good read on this stuff. So they get to correct some things, when they look back at doing their research as far as like, what they're doing, what their failures in their batting, in their I guess in their how would you say it? When they're looking at when the batters are looking at their at bats, against set pitcher. So that quick turnover is usually advantageous for the hitters. So let's start there. And you got Tanner Houck and Taj Bradley, pretty good pitchers, been doing well, but I just think that they give up a little bit more than what they gave up in their last game. And with the Red Sox, after going on that nice underrun that they were on, I believe it was like a 9-game underrun. You know, now they're on a 4-game overrun, and their bullpen has been trash. So for that last 5, they're posting a 7.27 ERA. Last 10 posting the 5+ ERA. I believe it's 5.15 ERA. So you get to the back end, of this game, you might see a lot of runs go, jumping. Especially if it's a close game. Let's say it's a 2-2 ball game or a 3-2 ball game in the middle innings. You might see, the relievers, for the Red Sox give something up.
All right, here we go, Jovan, here with Red Sox Rays over the total here of 7.5. Do your line shopping get the best number? Something that stood out to me with this Rays team is that we've seen the increase in run production for this team as they've been tallying up some wins.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been getting timely hitting, that's for damn sure. Nice little comebacks. One in particular against the Blue Jays where they were down 4-0 and got a 5-4 win. So it's not only that, but how they do it. They steal bases. They push the envelope when it comes to running on the base paths. When they get hits and all that. So it's just that's their style of play. They have some players that that can go deep, but they manufacture runs. That's just how they do it.
There we go here with Jovan here on the Red Sox and Rays here to go over the total here of 7.5 runs. I'll ask you this question here because we put together some graphic package. We're going to have coverage here in the NBA in a little bit here. But did you have any thoughts here on this series come up between Dallas and Minnesota? We see Minnesota favored here like $1.70 to win it.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be a tough one for Dallas. They don't have the size. The Minnesota definitely has a size advantage, with Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns, and Naz Reid. So that's going to be tough for Dallas. They have some guys, Lively, and he doesn't have the size, he has the length, So, but I think that's going to be the main problem for them. So they're going to lose the rebound battle. They had the rebound advantage against OKC. Now they're going to have the rebound disadvantage. They're not as good defensively as Minnesota. That's for damn sure because Minnesota's the best defensive team in basketball this season. Even though the Mavs have stepped it up on the defensive end, I don't think they match up well as far as that goes. Now, the perimeter defense is going to be something because you have Luka, you have Kyrie that can get off any shot that they want. So advantage to the Mavs on that front. They got PJ Washington, who was very productive in their last series. Against OKC. So it's going to be interesting how this one shakes out. But I kind of agree with the series price.
Yeah, we thought that loss to Phoenix in the last game, right? That's what gave Denver home court in that Game 7. That was forgotten, but not by me because I had Minnesota in that game. Still pisses me off to this day.
Hey, listen. Hey, look, I had, before the series started, I had Minnesota. I said Minnesota in 7. I think it was on the Saturday where you was on a couple weeks ago, and it came to fruition yesterday. So I'm happy also.
Yeah, and one thing with Minnesota is their play on the road, right? When you take 3 in Denver and you pounded the Pelicans there on the road, that's pretty impressive there.
Yeah, just as far as what Minnesota's what Minnesota did.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I saw the advantages that Minnesota had, and just based off of what they did, they just basically turned on a switch starting against against the Suns. For them to lose the season series against the Suns had the number all season, and then especially the last game of the season, and then to flip the switch the very next week and run red shot over on them. I saw something in that and was like, they're gonna give Denver some troubles with their length, and I took a shot with the Timberwolves, and it came to fruition. But you see the resiliency on this team, man. They're not to be trifled with. They're down. They were down 20 early in the third quarter. It was like I thought they were dead in the water. I was ready to rip up, my ticket, but they came back. It went from down, 15 to next thing you know, they were down 6 points. It was like, oh, okay, and then they were up 5. It was like in a matter of I don't know, like a half-hour span, or less than that. So it happened rather dramatically.
Absolutely there. All right, there's some talk here on this series, but we got Jovan on record here on Red Sox Rays over 7.5. All right, Jovan, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, baseball's still on the board. Looks like we had about a dozen or so games remaining here. Single on the ice. So Jovan, 3-1 in hockey. We'll see if there's any more hockey coming, but Boston's been eliminated. We'll see how that rolls here. WNBA up there as well. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, the chances of hockey being on the menu for me for the rest of the season slim to none, and I'm picking none. But yeah, so I got a 3-pack in MLB going. Right now I'm 1-1 for the day. I had San Diego, they pulled out the comeback win, and then I had the White Sox took a shot with that, for plus money that didn't come to fruition. So I'm in a little bit on the plus side by a few dollars, but I got a 3-pack going. Yesterday, baseball didn't treat me so kind. I'm an underdog guy, so I definitely got smacked up because the favorites came in yesterday. But with that said, I believe these 3 plays that I have remaining are going to, come up roses, cash on these. So check me out on something long-term, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly. Can't go wrong here, Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs. Let's get it. Or maximum one of the other handicaps for the 2-4 capital promotion.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Jovan Burts over at Pick Dogs. We're going to see the great results here from Jovan in the NBA as well. Doing great work. And, of course, you remember the 2-for-1 cap promotion. That 7-day all sports pass is great here. Or if you get the 1-month pass, that'll take you right to the NBA Finals, right? By June 19th, we'll be done with this NBA playoffs. So that 1-month pass, a way to go. All the baseball in there as well. Pick as a promo code, save that 15% off, right? Jovan, as always, great having your show. Keep up here at work, and we'll catch up with you again later in the week.
Absolutely. Have a great night. Win. We'll see you on Friday.
We'll see you on Friday as well. Also about your video short series as well. Forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I got another one going for tonight. Didn't put out one yesterday, but I hit the last one I hit was on Friday. So looking to hit this one, looking to keep that going because, people have been asking for it. It's been hard. It's been hitting. So got to keep it going.
Keep it rolling indeed. All right. Jovan Burts here. Make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications. When Jovan drops the video series, you get it right away. All right, Jovan, we'll catch up with you later in the week.
Absolutely.
Jovan Burts here on The Drive Thru. Guys, if you ever miss a pick, we always recap in the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's keep an eye on that chat pick of the day. All right, it's going to be Tigers and Royals tonight. If you like the Tigers at the plus price, it's A. Royals small minus is B. Over 8.5 C. Under 8.5 is D. It's our chat pick of the day. And right now, we're showing about 2 on the Tigers, 3 on the Royals, 1 to the under. Chat pick of the day. Keep these picks coming in, and we'll have during the end of the show, we will tally up the scores here. Chat has been doing great work here on the chat pick of the day. It is split down the middle right now. Here at 3 on the Tigers, 3 on the Royals, 1 over, 1 under. Keep these picks coming in, and we'll recap here at the end of the show. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Kirk Stuart is up next. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. They'll bring Kirk in right now with some coverage here from and we're going to some more NBA. We got another series pick here coming up here from the Pacers and Celtics. We'll bring Kirk in right now. Kirk, what's happening?
Not much. How you doing?
Doing great. All right, here we go. NBA playoffs into the third round. You're going to be looking at this Eastern Conference Final Series between Boston and Indiana.
Yeah, minus 900 is kind of crazy for an Eastern Conference Final. To be completely honest, I'm obviously on the Celtics to win the series, but I'm gonna give my series prop here. KP, Kristaps Porzingis, should still be out game 1 and 2 at least. I'm reading he might be back game 4 or 5, kind of depending on if he's needed. Celtics went 3-2 against the Pacers in the regular season, and the Pacers are still undervalued in my opinion from the books. The series spread is 1.5. I definitely think the Pacers get 2 games here. The Celtics haven't had to face a big man that could shoot and space the floor, so Halliburton will be able to get in the lane more. Siakam and no Kristaps Porzingis will be there, and with Miles Turner out there, he can shoot the 3 ball unlike Bam and Evan Mobley could. So I think this series goes at least 6 games, and I like the series price here at Celtics 4-2 at plus 410 value.
All right, here we go with Kirk here. Celtics to win Eastern Conference Series here, 4-2. The return here at plus the 410. All right, yeah, that's given a lot of respect to this Pacers team. When we looked at the Eastern Conference, just to win the Eastern Conference Finals and to win the NBA Finals, that Pacers were pretty much a long shot around the All-Star break, even though they'd shown some pretty good form. But the big issue with them had obviously on the defensive side of the basketball. If you kind of cross out that last game, their defensive performance was trash prior to this game against the Knicks. Do you see their success really basically coming at home in this series?
Yes and no. As we've seen, the Celtics have lost game 2 against Cleveland and Miami. I could easily see the Celtics dropping 1 in Boston again. I mean, the Pacers, they're just a really fast-paced team, and if the Celtics can't keep up one game, I could see them dropping a game. I am a Celtics fan, and I am worried about this Celtics team, to be completely honest. The Cavs were in every game, even without Donovan Mitchell, until about 5 minutes left in the game. And against a team like Indiana that just plays hard and fast, I just don't think this is going to be as easy as a series as everyone expects. And yeah, I think this goes at least 6, to be completely honest.
All right, I'm watching NBA TV, and I'm watching a replay of that Denver game. They're up 58-38 with 10 minutes to go in the third period. What happened? What happened? The final 22 minutes of that game was crazy. But I'm going to ask you the same question with this Minnesota and Dallas series. We see Minnesota favored here. They've had really good success on the road in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm kind of with the same thing on Jovan. I just think they're the better all-around team. I don't know who's going to stop Cat, to be honest, in that series. You put Derek Jones on him. I don't think he has enough. He's not big enough to guard Cat. I don't like P.J. Washington on him. Lively and Gafford will probably have to guard Gobert. I just think the Timberwolves are just an all-around team led by point guard Mike Conley. He's a veteran. He does what's best for the team. We've seen that guys can step up if Ant isn't doing his thing. And with home court advantage here, I do like the Wolves. I actually do like the Wolves 4-2 in this one as well. So if you want a juicy parlay, put those two together. Celtics 4-2, Wolves 4-2.
There you go from Kirk there, 4-2 there. So we're looking at a Celtics Timberwolves final. If that happens, how would you? I know it's a long ways away. There's going to be a lot happening in these finals. How would you see that one play out?
That would be tough. I think Jason Tatum would actually need to step up. He hasn't really needed to step up in the first 2 series. Jaylen Brown's been the better player. Derek White was insanely hot in a couple of games, but the consistency scares me for the Celtics. They've always gotten to this point, and they've always seemed to not shine in the big moment. I think this easily goes 6 or 7, but I honestly don't know who would win it as a Celtics fan, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking a little ahead there, but still, the odds tell you that's probably the likelihood scenario of Boston and Minnesota in the NBA Finals, and we'll see how that one rolls. But for the pick on the show here, Celtics to win the Eastern Conference Finals 4-2 at plus 410, and he also gave you a bonus pick here with Minnesota the same way, 4-2 in the WCF here. So there you go from Kirk. All right, Kirk, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Premium for tonight's action. Of course, action on the board from Major League Baseball, single on the ice, showing great results over the last 7 days. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, tonight I have just a smaller slate. I only have one MLB play for first pitch at 8:05 in the Astros game, and then tomorrow I'll probably have a 5-pack just for the Celtics game. I like 3 player props a lot, one side of the spread, and a team total. So make sure to check out that NBA 5-pack tomorrow, or lock in with me for 30 days, 3 days, 7 days. As Tony T said, the month pass will get you through the NBA Finals, and I'm picking up steam right now, right at the best time.
That's right, guys. Getting on board here with Kirk Stuart over at Pick Dodge Premium. See the great results here from Kirk. NBA has been on fire right now, so get on board. And, of course, remember that 1 month pass gets you the NBA Finals and through the NHL Finals as well, for that matter. And, of course, all the baseball that's included there as well. And I know you also dealt. Now, what do you do with soccer now that we're getting past the European rounds?
Yeah, no, I'm also going to put up a soccer pass and a Copa America pass because there's some big tournaments this summer. So if you're into soccer, make sure to check out those videos, and we'll have daily free picks with Goron as well. So if you're into soccer, make sure to check out those on the Pick Dogs YouTube site.
That's right. You'll find more of Kirk there on the YouTube channel as well. All right, Kirk, as always, great having your show. Keep up great success, and we'll catch up with you later in the week.
Sounds good. Thank you. See you Friday.
See you Friday. Kirk Stewart here on the drive through. Let's continue here on the show, guys. Let's keep an eye on that chat pick of the day. And right now it is the Tigers and Royals tonight. Of course, the green is what I'm on. If you like the Tigers, it's letter A. B for the Royals. C for over 8.5. D for under 8.5. It's our chat pick of the day. And right now it's darn close right now. Royals with 5-4 on the Tigers. 2 over, 1 under. Keep these picks coming in. It is our chat pick of the day. So we'll keep track of these as we go through the show. All right, it's time for. We got another one here on the B. We got another one here on the Royals. Royals now up 6-4. Rod comes in with his pick here. It's now 5-4 on the Royals. So close one tonight on the chat pick of the day. All right, next up, Joey Tron. We're going to get that Game 7 pick, you guys. We got it here from Joey Tron. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Joey in right now. Ready to roll here with NHL. Let's see. We got him ready to roll. Joey, what's happening?
Hey, Tony. How we doing?
Doing great. Looking forward to this one tonight. Although for some reason, I've got Game 6 up there. But we're going to go to Game 7. Game hasn't been played yet, so relax, everybody. And relax. We just have to update the date here. Let's see here. What did I do? I think I know what I did. That's what I forgot to do. All right, here we go. We're at the Game 7 now tonight. 9 Eastern time. Oilers at Canucks. Relax, everyone. We got the Canucks here. Dogs here. Oilers $1.53. Total 5.5.
Yeah, so honestly, there's nothing like a Game 7, especially when it's two Canadian rivals being pitted up against each other. Edmonton survived Game 6 with a 5-1 thrashing, but I think tonight's going to be a little bit different. Stuart Skinner did great. Silvos, honestly, he looked horrible, but again, tonight, I think it's going to be a different story. Canucks only generated 15 shots on goal, which was tied for their lowest amount this series. I think there's going to be a 180 switch here, especially at home, where they defended their home ice really damn well this year. Stuart Skinner is the confirmed goalie tonight for the Oilers, and I think that's a huge mistake for them. Even though he made 14 saves last time out, this postseason he's really struggled. He has a 2.97 goals against average, and he's allowed 9 goals on the road in 4 games, with 8 of those 9 goals coming this series against Vancouver. Vancouver averages 3.5 goals per game at home, and again, if they can get to Stuart Skinner just a few times tonight, I really think that's going to be a difference maker here. Vancouver's 24-8 in the money line after allowing 4 goals or more, and 7-3 against Edmonton this season. Canucks have such a great value here. Give me Vancouver.
All right, Vancouver here to cover the home ice. And there's one thing you notice when you watch this series. Big difference in the way the Canucks play defense at home on that home ice. There doesn't seem to be that space, that shooting space here for the Oilers. They don't seem to be able to get those quality shots as the Canucks have played defense pretty well at home.
Yeah, no, they honestly really swarm a lot of the Oilers players. And one person who I'm really surprised hasn't made a lot of noise this series is Connor McDavid. Yeah, he had 3 assists last game, but outside of that, he's been on a real goal scoring drought, and I really don't think he's going to score tonight either.
There we go, Joey here on the Canucks here. Big plus price here against the Oilers this one tonight, 9 Eastern time over on ESPN. All right, I just saw Rod just get up and just left the studio. Hope he get him back. That might have been out of disgust. I don't know if that was true or not, but I got proof to show you this right here. When you said Canucks, he bolted. I mean, he just bolted out of the room, out of disgust. All right. Well, hope he can cool down because he's next. All right, Joey. Let's take a look over at Pig Dog Fear for Dice action. NBA on the board tomorrow, but we got baseball still left to go, about 10 games on the board, as well as action here from the ice. WNBA doing good results in baseball this year. What do you have going over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, so I have 2 plays up. One actually started around 6:10, so now it leaves just one more play. That one's first pitch is around 7:05. I'm doing good in baseball. Had a rough weekend, but I'm looking to turn it around with a 2-0 Monday.
That's right, guys. Get a 2-0 Monday with Joey Tron over at Pick Dogs. Pretty good results in baseball. The long-term pass will serve you well. At 7-day pass, we got a lot of Eastern Conference. Conference Finals action, NBA and NHL this week. A lot of baseball. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. We'll save that 15% off. Right, Joey? It's always great having your show. Keep up there at work, and we'll catch up with you later in the week.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Tony. And sorry, Rod. Go Canucks.
There you go. Joey Tron here on the drive-thru. He's getting back a little bit. Still steaming right now, as I can see him right now, back in the chair. Joey Tron here on the drive-thru. Let's continue here on the show, guys. Let's keep an eye on that chat pick of the day right now. We've got the Tigers and the Royals competitive game here in the Central Division. Tigers, if you like the Tigers at plus, it's A. Royals minus 115. B. Over is C. Under is D. That is the chat pick of the day. All right, let's see what we've got here. Right now, we've got it close here. It's tied 6-6. 6 on the Tigers, 6 on the Royals, 2 on the over, 2 on the under. Keep these picks coming in. It is the chat pick of the day. All right, let's come down right now. Hopefully Rod's cooled down a little bit. We'll bring him in right now. Rod Zawacky, you'll catch him over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's got those sunglasses there to cover the emotion a little bit of that Joey segment. Let's get him in right now. Rod, what's happening?
Not too much, Tony. I did a little fishing today.
Oh yeah,
got a little fishing going on.
Nice.
Catch me a little whale over here. He's looking pretty dead. Love it. Feeling pretty good about tonight, Tony.
Yeah. It's going to be a very we love this game. It should be really, really good tonight. Canucks and Oilers. I know we're going to get to your series price in the East, but since we were on the subject, with these Oilers, can they get the space on the ice to get some quality shots on this Canucks team that's defended well at home?
You gotta remember how many of those goals were scored by our buddy Brock Bessemer. Shout out to Brock Bessemer. I'm sorry, he's having trouble with his medical issues. I wish him all the best, because we don't wish ill will on somebody. I'd rather him be in the lineup, and we beat you fair and square with him in the lineup than out of the lineup. But he's been the Oilers killer. You looked at how many goals has Brock Bessemer been scoring against these Oilers, and when you take that weapon out of the lineup, well, you got JT Miller. He's going to have to step up his game. But you know who's going to step up his game tonight in goal is the guy that somebody bashed before me, and Stuart Skinner. Did you see him last game? Yeah. He may have only stopped how many shots, but he's a little bit mad that he got dissed out of the crease. That's his job. I'm number one. He's number one for a reason. I'm going to tell you tonight that Stuart Skinner is going to be the number one star, and the reason that the Oilers punched their ticket to face the Dallas Stars in the Western Conference Final.
There we go. That's Rod Zawacky there on that series. But now we turn our attention to the Eastern Conference Finals. Begins tomorrow. Florida, New York Rangers. You have an opinion here in this series.
And you look at this one. This is going to be one heck of a Eastern Conference Final, but talk about dissing this Rangers team that's definitely played some pretty good hockey moving forward. They've actually played 1 game less than the Florida Panthers. This has only taken 10 games for the Rangers to get to this spot. Florida needed that extra game to get to this spot, as the Rangers disposed of the Capitals in 4 straight. Florida took 5 to get rid of Tampa Bay, took 6 to get rid of Boston. So you come down to it, we got two goalies that are playing lights out. Shesterkin's been standing on his head. Bobrovsky's been standing on his head. Both these teams are going to get physical. We know they're going to be hard hitting and going to be some scoring. We've looked at the last 10 meetings head-to-head between these teams. The winner of every one of those games has hit at least 4 goals head-to-head. It's been like 10 straight overs between these two, so I expect some fireworks in this series as well. Both teams defensively with a solid penalty kill. 4 power play goals that both teams have given up. When you look at the special teams being a difference there, both teams can kill off the power play. Rangers with a little bit of an edge on the power play, I think, this round, with 11 power play goals this playoffs compared to the Panthers with 8. And with that home ice advantage, you got to go with the Rangers here at this plus 130. I think the Rangers to win the series. I like the Rangers to win the series in 6 at a nice plus 600. I think this is a long series. We know that these teams are close and tight. We've seen a split in MSG already this season. We've seen one game in Florida. Florida did get that home win. So we've only seen 3 meetings. Florida's won 2. Rangers have won 1. I think this is a long series, but I think the home ice advantage is too much. Rangers get it in 6.
Home ice here for the Rangers. They have it here against Florida. The both teams kind of stretched out in that last series. We thought it might have been close sooner, but we saw Carolina rally there to make it respectable at the end, and of course Florida taking care of Boston there on the road.
Definitely, Rangers would have loved to finish off Carolina quick the way they did, up 3-0, but they gave them took their foot off the gas a little bit and let them back in it. They had a couple. Carolina wasn't a bad team. You got to remember that series versus Carolina. I think that was a lot closer than what it made out to be. As there were a couple games that needed overtime, and Rangers got the puck luck and got the goals in overtime. Florida, I think, had a little easier schedule. Boston, they're tough, but didn't put up enough of a fight here. Boston, I think, is missing that one guy for scoring to help that offense. They just didn't have enough, and Pasternak didn't show up. Really, when Boston needed their big guy, Pasternak, to show up and score some goals, he just laid flat, didn't show up. When that happens, you're out of the playoffs. That's what it is.
Yep, out of the playoffs, and that happened indeed there, Rod. It was rough for them. But anyway, as we are take a look here at tonight, it wouldn't be a series without WNBA, right? We got some WNBA up there, and I know Rod follows it very closely here. Sun and Fever on ESPN tonight. We see the Sun at 5.5 on the road, total 163.5.
Yeah, and you look at this one here. You got to go to the Suns. This Fever team, sure, they figured it out. They just beat up on Caitlin Clark. They don't care if they cover 2 on Caitlin Clark. Let somebody else on the Fever beat us, and it hasn't come to fruition so far. And you look, this Fever team following an ATS win, 1-5-1 following an ATS win. Well, the Suns off a couple days rest, 11-2-1 ATS. Only one way to go this one late with the Suns. Team that I think has got a great shot to win it all this season in the WNBA. I'm holding the futures ticket on the Sun in the WNBA, and I think it continues. They've only played 2 games where the Fever's already played 3. They've lost all 3 of those games as well. So, Sun, ready to go for this one. They already beat up the Fever once. Why not beat them again?
Yep, with poor Fever having there's about a 102, 103 Fever. How high is that Fever right now?
the Fever's like way up here because it's starting to come back down with it. The Caitlin's gonna need a little bit of work. Maybe she needs to hit the gym and do a little bit of weightlifting because she's definitely been getting work in the first 3 games of the series of the season. They've beat her up. They covered her. She's been covered like a blanket. What are you doing?
Yeah,
I'm bigger than you are.
We see it a lot in the NBA, right? When these rookies come in, how they've got to hit the weights and hit the protein shakes.
Yep, it's like Wembyama. Let's see, he probably gets some protein coming up in the NBA. And we've seen him; he was a little small in spots.
Remember Chet Holmgren? Remember Chet? Chet probably missed a year. Right? He was able to lift weights and get in bigger, right?
And get bigger, that's what happens. You start off, and I even say with this with the Oilers when McDavid first entered the league, toothpick. Remember, I think his second season he got rocked. He got hit a couple times and got injured a big hip knee injury. Got rocked because he's not enough weight. They pushed him around hard.
Yeah.
So
thinking about toothpicks. Remember when Jaden Daniels broke in with Arizona State at quarterback? How thin he looked.
Oh, how thin he was, right?
Man, I mean, I think one thing lesson to learn here is that WNBA is you got to hit the weight room. hit the weight room.
Oh, you got to. Oh, yeah.
You know?
There's some big girls out there,
Yeah.
man. Woo!
And, I'm getting a lot of alerts here about these women that are getting cut. A lot of second round picks. I think there were only 12 rookies landed on rosters in the WNBA. So as we said before, just unless you're a first round pick, a lot of second round picks getting waived here, getting cut.
Getting cut. Yeah, exactly. It's a maybe with expansion we'll get a few more players in there. And but right now, no, it's the veteran league of the veterans who have been around and they're not going anywhere anytime soon. There's a lot of mid-30s women that are still ripping it up in the WNBA. So to push them out, good luck. You got to get bigger and better and better. For all the young women going up and getting higher, it's there's a difference from college to WNBA, different step, and you still got to take a couple more steps before you can become a solid starter in the WNBA.
What do you think about this Liberty here? Big 14, huh?
That's a lot, right? For me, that you look at this Liberty team, sure, it's their revenge tour, as we would say. They expected to win it all last season after they counted their money before
they got the money
even
game.
won the
like the Lakers.
They counted their money and they were like, "Yeah, we're the best. We're the money." And then when it came down to it, they choked the championship away. So far, what I've seen is that they've come out and they've played like the Liberty did last season, and that 14, it's a lot to lay. I would lay the plus 14 here with the Storm. I think there's just too many. I think the Storm, they can cover that 14. Liberty win by like 6 to 8.
Yeah, a lot of big lines in these WNBA. Rod, does this seem top heavy this year to you?
It does, yeah, because there's only a few teams. You look, the Sun really good. The Aces are really good, but the Liberty are really, really good. And there's a couple teams. You got to look at the Lynx, maybe fourth for the Lynx in the WNBA, because they added a few players that might move them up into third, but definitely top heavy. There's some variance where it's like you're really good over here, ooh, really bad over here, and that's why you get some of these lines.
Yeah, that's the key, and that's a worry. That's of course you got to wonder. When they expand this to 2 more teams, will it be a watering down, right? Or will they have an expansion draft? Will they take some of the top? How many will you be able to protect on your roster during the expansion draft? Did we lose Rod there? When I had a connection issue.
I'm not sure how they do the expansion draft.
Yeah.
Where maybe you can only reserve so many.
Yeah, probably it's usually how it does.
Pick some veterans off of some of these teams, like they do in the NHL. So that way you don't have that such despair to start off your a new team starting in the WNBA.
Oh, what disaster that would be if they had a bunch of rookies, those thin rookies, those toothpicks. You have 12 toothpicks on your team.
12 toothpicks on your team.
I think they're going to let you protect maybe 6 or 7. I would think, right?
Right. Yeah, at least you get a couple veterans to get on your team to help your team along. That's what I would think they would do. I don't see just throwing them all out there. All
bunch of nothing but rookies coming out. 12 rookies on your roster. That would be a disaster, Rod.
Oh, it would be a disaster. That would not be good.
No. All right, we got Rod here on the WNBA. We've got him on the NHL. Do you have anything bonus? I know we got bonus from you, but any other games that you have in your pocket?
No other games that are bonus tonight.
All right, we got them all.
Just a goal scorer. I got to take. You got to go with Bushbaum. Bouchard stepped it up in Game 6 after giving it away in Game 5. That was the score you showed. Was Game 5, not Game 6. Yeah. It was 3-2 Canucks. That was the last game in Vancouver. and he gave up that game. And you know what? He stepped up in Game 6. Was Mr. Shot. Man, he was everywhere, all over the ice. I think he led the team in minutes on the ice, playing solid defense and shooting the puck, making the plays, scoring a goal. I think he does it again. Take Evan Bouchard anytime goal for the Edmonton Oilers tonight.
All right, there we go. From Rod Zawacky, we got the WNBA rundown as well as the NHL. His Eastern Conference pick here was the Rangers to win 4-2 plus 600 return there from Rod Zawacky. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Baseball on the board tonight with that single from the NHL. 2 on the WNBA as well. Rod doing great work over the last 30 days. What do you have going on over at Pick.com Premium?
And over at Pick.com Premium, I had a play go off here at 4:40, so I'll have to reconstitute the package for you. But I'll have a couple MLB going. I got an NHL going. I got a WNBA going. So definitely I'll reconstitute the package. I'll have a nice 3-pack up there. Or if you don't want to miss out on anything, as I said, the last 30 days have been going good. The week we've been going good. New week this week, so let's continue it. Crushing the books. Join me for this week and we'll use that promo code PICK at checkout. And we'll continue to crush the books and put money into your pocket over at Big Dogs Premium.
That's right, guys. Got more with Rod Zawacky. You see the great results over the last 30 days from Rod. Last 7 days, last 24 hours, he's been on a tear. Get on board with those long-term passes from Rod. All right, Rod, we got a commenter saying, Rod, should I put it all a first period goal for the Oilers tonight?
Oilers score first, yes.
Yes. Oilers to score first and also a first period goal?
Yes.
Yes. 2 yeses. There you go.
2 yeses. Yes, yes.
There you go.
I like the over. I like the over 1.5 in the first period as well. I think we see a couple goals.
Nice. Now, is there a playback today? Are you gonna do Ruffalo on the playback? The watch along?
No word? I have no idea.
No word on that.
No word on that.
No word on that. All right.
No word on that one.
I know. Ruffalo was doing the playback yesterday on the NBA game, but I think that might just be the NBA season pass. I think, but sometimes do it on the YouTube. All right. Ready to
That was
roll?
a great comeback. I was happy.
Yeah.
I was like Jovan. I was happy.
Well, I've got someone in the chat already saying we already started the CFL preseason today.
We did. We started the preseason.
It's Saskatchewan and Winnipeg. Ready to roll? All right.
This week, yeah, a couple weeks. I think it's. I think next week, I believe, is the kickoff of the regular season of the CFL. Trust me, I've been watching that as well. With the Elks going, they got a big team over there with the Elks. It's called Pay It Forward. See, hashtag Pay It Forward with football.
There you go.
My local guys. They it's also cool to be kind. I stopped in. I dropped them a football for their fundraiser. What they do is they take some kids that are sometimes bad things happen. Right, parent passes away in a car wreck, accident. Kids with bad things. These guys get kids and families that are less fortunate to these football games through the charities. Donated my 1986 CFL football to them for raise an auction coming up at one of their big events. So I'm excited about the CFL. It should be a good season. The Elks got to be better than what they have been. They made some pieces. They got that first round pick in the CFL. Beast. I had a good 20-minute conversation with him as well. So maybe we should try to go maybe get a CFL show going. I had a good. You remember Matt? We had Matt Dunn again. You got. Do you remember Damon Allen?
Damon Allen, yeah. Marcus, Allen's brother. Yeah. Quarterback.
Yeah, about a week ago, I had a good 30-minute conversation with Damon Allen. He was on one of these podcast shows, and they were having issues keeping him in. He was going in and out. His internet was just awful. One of those connection issues that happens when you do shows like this. But, I hit him up on Twitter, and we had a good 30-minute conversation talking about what he's doing now and enjoying his retirement, kind of doing the tour. As he says, all these young people don't know who he is. It's they're like, who are you? he would, as he said, he would have been like that golfer. They would have nabbed him and thrown him in jail and wouldn't even known who he is.
That's right.
The young generation, sometimes they don't know who's from the past and who got these teams and leagues to where they are this day. He still owns the most passing records and passing yards in football in North America. Beast.
Yeah. Yep, remember him back in the day, no doubt. All right, Rod, let everybody know about your video series. Of course, you go A to Z NHL.
Yeah, definitely. We got covered in the NHL over at the Big Dogs YouTube. So those are all archived. Make sure you like, subscribe, and flip on that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any of the new content that drops here at Big Dogs. So much new content going. You don't want to miss out on any of it.
Don't miss out on any of it. All right, Rod, have a great night, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Definitely have yourself a good one, everybody. Big Dogs fam, crush it. Get that money. Take it from your bookie. Put it into your pocket. Have yourself a wonderful night, everybody.
Oilers there from Rod Zawacky. By the way, the Oilers, the Stars would be minus 115 if they play. We got the look ahead already in that series. It would be the Stars and Oilers. Stars minus 115, Oilers minus 105. Stars and Canucks. Stars 250, Canucks plus 210. So that's the look ahead in the Western Conference Series odds.
I've seen a few memes already where it says this battle between the Canucks and Oilers is just a foregone conclusion.
Oh,
just to see who gets to get eliminated in the Western Conference Finals.
Well,
Dallas is going to be a tough out for either team.
But looking at the odds, that when you see minus 115 favorite, that looks to be a 6 or 7 game series based on what the odds say.
Based on what the odds say, yep.
Yeah. It's not going to be easy for anyone. It could be it's almost coin flip here. And if the Oilers have an impressive win,
it's going to be a tough out. Tough out for Dallas.
Oilers have a big win here. That could switch. You could have a switch of favorites to see how Oilers look tonight. But that's so far the look ahead on that series. All right, Rod, have a great night. We'll catch up with you tomorrow.
You as well. Have a good one, everybody. Catch you guys tomorrow.
Rod Zawacky here on the drive. Let's continue on here, guys. We're getting close to wrapping up this chat pick of the day. It is the Tigers and Royals. If you like the Tigers, it's A, Royals B, over C, under D. 8 on the Royals, 6 on the Tigers, 3 to the under, 2 to the over. We're getting close to it here, guys, so get these picks coming in. We will recap it shortly. Speaking of the recap, let's get right to the recap right now. Recap the games from today's show. All right, we had David on the Orioles, minus 105. Jovan on the Red Sox Rays, over 7.5. Kirk, Celtics to win the Eastern Conference Finals, 4-2, plus 410 against the Pacers. Joey was on the Canucks, plus the price. Rod liked Rangers to win the Eastern Conference Finals series here against 4-2. That's plus 600 return. I'll be on the Angels here at that plus 176. The one I like the most. Well, let's go with David's pick here on the Orioles. All right. Let's continue here on the drive-thru, guys. Keep these picks coming in here for the chat pick of the game. We're going to pick of the day. Let's get to my pick here. It's not this game, obviously, so let's move the chains here. We're going to go to one here a little later. Start here as we already have some games in progress. We'll get a little B here. This Angels and these Astros. I know the Astros have been on a tear here, but you're not going to win every game. And Framber's on the hill. And one thing about the Angels, one thing they've done right this season, they don't do a whole lot right, but something they do right this year is they hit, score, and they win against left-handed pitching. So this really brought my attention here. Reed Detmers will start tonight for the Angels, kind of an up-and-down pitcher. He's got a good strikeout rate of 26%. He's got to get that home run down rate a little bit. But his FIP is 3.85, so it does suggest a drop in ERA based on his form. Framber gets to start tonight. But the Angels' bullpen on the road has been respectable, 3.55 in 23 games. And the Angels are batting 287 against left-handed starters, putting up 6 runs a game, and they've won 6 of those 8 games against left-handed starters, returning 6 units. The team record behind Valdez, 8-15 is own favorite, minus 110 or higher. And that's a minus 14-unit loss. Let's go with the Angels, this one here, at plus the 176. All right, guys, over at Pick Dodge Premium, got a 3-pack from baseball. Also get my long-term pass. 3 December 30-day All Sports Pass. Get all my premium plays for that time period to select. When you go to my handicapper page, make that purchase. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout, and you'll save that 15% off. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through, guys. We got to the recap. Let's go ahead and retire this chat pick of the day for tonight. And right now, we're giving you your last chance to get the chat pick. You've already put your chat pick in. Be sure to put in your show pick. So put your show pick into the chat if you already voted on the chat pick. Chat pick here, last call on it, and then we're going to close it right now. Chat pick tonight will be the Royals, minus 115 by an 8-6 margin. We did have 2 on the over, 3 on the under. That was our chat pick of the day. The one shaded in green is the one I like always here on this one. All right, so we're done. We've closed out the voting on the chat pick. Get your show pick right now, and we will cover it there for you here. That's going to do it for this edition here of the drive-thru. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow live at 6 Eastern time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. We'll give out our plays for you here in real time. Remember to always get started with that morning show live here during the week, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time with Mitch. We also have Chris. We got Jay. Of course, the video series here, Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. His betting tool show, his roundtable discussions with the professionals. Of course, Rod, A to Z from the NHL. We got Kirk with the soccer picks in there as well. Jovan with his short series, with his parlays. Brian Biller, contrarian sharp trading plays. All access with Big Al McMorty. And of course, we got sharp trading plays with Costi and Ron Romanelli with this Major League Baseball rundown, just to name a few there. All right, let's go ahead and let's take a look at some of the show picks for today for everybody tonight. We got Blake here, Dodger game going over. We also have Blake Liberty, minus 7.5 in the first half. Ron Crawford, Dodger run line, lay the 1.5 in this one. Let's see what else we have here. Any more? Let's see if we have any more show picks here. Ramon likes the Canucks with Joey here. Ramon with the Canucks tonight. Show pick Lando 86. Edmonton team total over 3.5 with a plus 135 attached to it. Chris White Thunder Mariners plus 127 there from Chris White Thunder with his show pick here. Let's see what else we have here. JF here, Oilers on the puck line, lay the run and a goal and a half. Ray Taylor also likes the Oilers on the puck line. Let's see if we have any more show picks here. Let's see what else we have here. Blue Jays for Toronto G. Boston Red Sox money line. Let's get it from Kaylin Betts with his pick. Last call on your show pick, guys, before we close out. Bo Dunn, Tigers first 5 even money. Money line from Bo Dunn. Tigers first 5 even money line from Bo Dunn. All right, that's going to do it. We got everybody's in there. All right. That's going to do it, guys. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from tonight. Going to wave goodbye to you guys. You guys have a great evening. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow here